quiet. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Hunter Constantine, and today we've got some Walther PDPs. Now, full disclosure, Walther did send us these guns. I did not pay for them. But Walther is big belt enjoyers, and they think that I'll be a big PDP enjoyer, but I'll be the judge of that because it's going to be, might be biased towards a certain brand. If you've been around the channel, if you know me, if you know the Instagram, you know who I'm partial to. We're not even going to name them today, I don't think. But today we've got 3 Walther PDPs in 3 different sizes, kind of like the porridge story. Little Red Riding Hood. We've got the full-size PDP Pro SD. We've got the compact Pro SD, and then we got the PDP F. So this guy's a little tiny guy, very small. I think the F might stand for female, which I always thought was silly because the larger the gun, typically the easier it is to shoot. So if you have a full-size 9mm compared to a subcompact 9mm, this full-size one is going to be a lot easier to shoot. So when I take a new shooter out to the range, I'll usually bring a full-size gun like this 5-inch PDP or a Glock 34 or a Smith & Wesson MP9 M2.0. We're not even going to name them today. One thing that stands out on these Pro models is the dynamic trigger. I'll be talking about the dynamic trigger a lot today because the dynamic trigger from Walther is very dynamic, and it's also a trigger. Wow, the heat's getting to me, guys. I think I'm having a heat stroke. It's like 112 out right now. If you can't tell, I'm moist and we haven't even shot a single round yet today. The dynamic trigger is the closest thing to the M&P Apex that I've shot, period. We're just gonna run these guns through some drills per usual. Gonna talk about them, see how I like them. Initial impressions, I've had like a couple mags through PDPs over the last few years. And just a other side note, they make a steel framed version that's really good. I did an excellent video with Tactical Considerations a few months ago where we compared the polymer to the steel. We've got the Holosun 507 comp in green, and then we've got 2 SROs on the other guns. Yeah, we're basically just gonna pick a handful of drills, run each gun through it, and I'm just gonna talk and tell you about how I feel about them. The boys at Walther are big belt enjoyers, like I said before, and you should be a big belt enjoyer. And to be a big belt enjoyer, you need to enjoy this belt. You need to get this belt. This is what I'll be shooting from all day today. This is the Constantine concealed carry belt. It's the most comfortable EDC belt because it stretches for your pleasure. There's no hot spots on your hip. There's a rigid section to hold your holster, and we've got a tier 1 MSP holster. It's light centric, so we can carry all these guns in the same holster from concealed. I almost just hit my balls. All right, first things first, we're gonna just like rip some plate racks. Normally we do billies, but we're gonna go right for the plate rack and check out how these guns feel, how they recoil, and we'll run through a couple times. We'll see what times we can get on it. We got the full-size SD Pro to start. Shooting Blazer factory 115 ammo. Real recoil. All right, here we go. .311, not bad. This trigger feels great. Trigger feels great. I'm gonna call it right now. The trigger's gonna be the best thing I like about this gun. Hands down. .270, that was better. A 703 with a 441 split on my last shot. Would have been a 262. Let's grab the compact. All right, we've got the compact Pro. We have the magwell on. I took the magwell off the other gun in case I wanted to run it in carry optics, but we kept it on this one. And it actually feels really nice building this tension on your pinky here. And obviously the reloads will be silky smooth with that nice wide opening right here. Let's check it out. Gas, 278. Felt pretty similar to the full size. Ooh, grip was locked on that. 252. There's something about this magwell when I'm building my grip, like I can just like get my tension on my hands just so tight and locked. It feels so good. .235. No locky backy though. This thing rips. Absolutely rips. Let's grab the PDP F, which is the PDP Fortnite. So technically the Surefire, there's not enough rail space for the Surefire. We just kind of locked it on there. And hopefully it doesn't like fly off during my draw, but this is the only holster I have, so we're just gonna make it work. Okay, There's something just about how these guns track. All three sizes of them where my dot is just coming right back where I want it to. Like I'm barely putting an effort to get my dot back onto the next plate. That's a 261 with a little tiny gun. I mean, it's still got, I can still build a full grip, but it's short. That was a 251. These things rip. Like I was saying, the tracking on these things are just phenomenal. I don't know what it is, but I mean, the gun is just like coming right back down. I think it has to do a lot with the grip angle, which I wasn't necessarily sold on when I was just holding the gun. But once we started shooting it, I realized like I could just build that pressure and so nice. So I wanna do some cadency stuff just to try to see what happens when we start pushing the speed on these guns. All right, we're gonna hone in our inner Joel Parks. He's a PDP shooter. It's part of the whole, whatever it is. It's a training group. You can do it online. They'll coach you. Also take his classes. This drill is called bar hop. So we have a stick at like 4-ish yards, give or take, whatever it is, 3 to 5 yards. We got 2 targets. I'll be starting here, drawing the gun, engaging target 1, target 2, doing a crossover step, target 1, target 2. And ideally you're doing this all in the same cadence, so it's like pa 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 pa. And we'll see where the gun is tracking on the target. This is a big vision drill, making sure you're looking intently at the same spot on the target. There we go, okay. So 297. Oh, threw a Charlie on that one. I think Ben said that this should be like 220, 230 if you're really pushing. That's fast. Okay, I wanted to see what it looked like with speed. That's a 230, and we pulled one into the black of Mr. Lucas T-Rex Arms hardcover. We also pulled 2 Charlies on that one. Dude, this light is like just a maraca. I'm like, am I gonna shoot my light? Am I gonna shoot my light? That's all I was thinking about. I was not thinking about the target or anything. I think I need the different insert for the Surefires on this. Things started getting a little froggy when I just decided to press the gas. And again, I'm trying to find that speed that I can get away with here. I don't mind this like horizontal line of target. This is me transitioning onto the target and starting to press the shot. But ideally we would just like a little group like that. I pulled one into the Delta. This last run, we pulled this far Charlie over here, but I was thinking about the Maraca light. Still not bad though. I mean, still respectable time, sub 3 seconds for most of them. Pretty consistent. Gun's tracking well as long as I'm staying focused. We'll tape them up and then we'll grab the smaller one. See how this Johnny does. Woohoo, a 14 split, 259. 280. That's what I'm talking about. That was a 240, in control the whole time, looking directly in, right at a direct point on the target, so my rounds are just lasering in and hitting where I want. Compact, a lot tighter groups, a lot more consistent times on this. Yeah, it looks good. Let's grab the PDP F. PDP F series. We're gonna start from below, ready? $195. Okay, that was just all sorts of trash. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know what's up, dude, but this is feeling good. The trigger break on this is phenomenal for being like the non-dynamic or anything like that, but like it's just rolling right through and breaking. Other than my second run where I had a little trash going on, this thing is just collecting these alphas. It's split nice and fast. 17 split, 20 transition, 14 split, 19 transition, 15 split. I mean, it's a quick gun. I forgot to move. This is a really, really nice subcompact gun though. I'm liking it. I'm liking what's happening. I gotta talk to you guys in the shade because it's way too hot to be debriefing some of these guns out there. I'm like wet. My whole body's wet. I'm having a hard time even just like holding onto the guns. But these initial impressions is the guns track so well, no matter what the size is. The full size, the compact, and the subcompact. These guns are tracking phenomenally. The dot is just returning right back where I needed to. The trigger brakes are clean all the way through, dynamic or not. We're gonna up the round counts on some of these drills and add some transitions in and just see how these guns feel when we're moving from target to target on some wider transitions. And keep in mind that these drills that I'm doing are things that you can replicate on your own practice at home. So not only are we getting the initial impression of these guns, but these are things that you can do at the range too to practice. But the big thing with a gun is like, you're not gonna get a full understanding of it until you're a few thousand rounds in on the gun. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is the best strike fire gun because they sent them to me. It's just not gonna happen. Realistically, I'd probably need these guns for like 4 or 5 months, thousands of rounds through them, maybe shoot them in a match or two to really understand how I like them. One thing I found interesting is that the mags aren't compatible across them. The full-size mag and the compact mag, they almost look identical, but you can see the base pad is preventing it from seating compared to this one right here. But I can take the full-size one and put it in the compact. Oop. Let's go shoot. I hope you guys don't mind, but Papa needs a break, so we're gonna shoot from the shade. So we're gonna extend these shots out. We've got target 2 right here, wide open, and then all the way over here we've got target 6. So we're gonna go target 2, target 6, steel 1, static steel in the back. We're gonna go 2, 2, 1, and we're gonna see what times we can walk down on it. We'll do it maybe like 3 times. 3 times seems to be good. Nice, alphas, alphas, 352. Oh my gosh. Hold it. 2 alphas, 2 alphas. .362 with 1 Charlie. Got a little shirt in that. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but sometimes you just gotta send it, you silly. If you're silly, you're just gonna send it. That's it. Let's grab the compact. .348. I hit the brass out of the air. Oh, when I transitioned to that steel, I came like just off the plate when I pressed the trigger. .373. Oh yeah. .315. I don't know what it is about this compact, but I just feel dialed in with it. So dialed. Let's get the Fortnite gun. Okay. I'm feeling the small gun on these distance shot. We pulled a Delta on this first target. We pulled a Charlie on the second one. That was a .312. There we go. .286. .579. Let's do a little strong hand with the small. Okay, not bad. Took a little bit to figure out what pressure was needed. I was pushing in with my support thumb on the frame to like kind of pinch the gun. But we got some good hits on it. Got some good hits. One thing that's nice on these guns is they are fully ambidextrous. So you have a slide release on the left side, you have a slide release on the right side, which is nice for all you lefties out there, because some guns aren't that friendly. The magazine release, when you take the grip apart, oh, this is hot. You can swap it. We're gonna run the same drill one more time, but I have a special item in my bag. Omega 9K, one of my favorite suppressors. Oh wait, we can't show putting the suppressor on the gun on YouTube because we follow their terms and conditions, and we would never want to violate YouTube's terms and conditions. This is crazy. Do a little strong hand. These are so quiet. This is amazing. All right, let's check it. Gas, 252. Let's you've got enough for a plate rack. This thing sounds so good. It's a little bit different having all this weight on the end of the gun as far as the dot tracking and recoil. I'm having to put a lot of input to keep this gun up after it's shooting because it wants to dip down, but just something about shooting a suppressed pistol that feels so cool, and that's probably why James Bond shot a suppressed Walther. Mainly just because you look cool. The name's Bond. Hunter Constantine. All right, for this next one, since you guys love to see me run in the heat and just absolutely torture myself, I'm gonna start at this forward stick right here, shoot the static steel, run behind this table, shoot one plate on the plate rack, and go back and forth kind of like a suicide until we get all the plates down. And it's just one shot per position. If I miss, I have to keep running. Fuck. No! I did it. More misses than I wanted, and I'm paying for it. I feel like I'm overheating out here. Wish we had a pool. No, I can't. We're gonna do some Mozambiques because it's hotter than the Sierra up in this B. This is IDPA. You know, we've got two ruffians trying to take our cheese wheel, a big cheese guy. Some nice Parmesan, smoked Gouda. They're trying to take my cheese. I'm concealed. They don't know I'm concealed. Back away from my cheese! Oh, that was a close one. They almost got my cheese. Oh, I just feel my support hand just getting deconstructed because of how sweaty it is. I'm just feeling this gun move. Even these close shots, I'm pulling some Charlies, which is a little embarrassing. We got 6 rounds left. Well, they didn't get my cheese. All right, this is our initial impressions of the PDP. This is the hottest we've ever filmed in our YouTube history yet. My thermostat in my truck is reading 113 degrees. So we are ending on these drills right now. But as a basic overview, there's some things I really like about the pistols and some things that stood out that were a little bit quirky. Number one thing is how the guns track. Okay, on these two, the dynamic trigger is great, but on all 3 of them, they track extremely well. My dot returns back to the same spot. I barely have to put any input in on it. The grip angle's a little bit different than other things that I've shot. On the steel frames that I have shot, they have the lock grips on them that really just keep your hands in place. I'm wet right now. I mean, like, my entire body is wet. I am soaked, I am saturated, and it's legitimately hard to hold on to the guns today. So I'm doing my best to try to give these guns the best run for their money, but I think I have to revisit this in the fall, or at least just not in like the dead middle of Arizona summer. Because I'm just having a hard time holding onto the guns, frankly. But the grip is different. My wrist angle's not at the typical angle that I'm holding the guns with. but you can adjust that. They come with different back straps and palm swells, so you can adjust the grip to fill out your hands how you see fit. I'm using everything that came factory on the guns. I haven't swapped anything out, but I'm sure you guys can see it because I can feel it. Energy is just getting drained out of us from these solar rays just baking into our skin. We're both feeling it. Maybe we could just like overlay Maze Runner on this outro and just kind of fade out to it. And then it just goes to full Maze Runner.